if you're here today and you're saying, I want to grow this year, oh, this video series is for you. Today, we're going to look at law number 2, which is the law of awareness. You must know yourself to grow yourself. Now, very important to kasi self-awareness, actually, hindi siya natuturo. Mahirap siyang ituro or hindi nga siya natuturo. Kaya siya tawag self-awareness. Manggagaling sa'yo yan. This would require you to be more introspective about life. Magkakaroon ka ng mga thinking time mo where you're really thinking about who am I, my identity in Christ, my strengths, my weakness, how God designed me, where can I contribute more, where could I create more value, takes really a lot of thinking time. And that's self-awareness. Sabi ni James Russell Lowell, no man can produce great things who is not thoroughly sincere in dealing with himself. No, kaya nga tawag nila sa atin human being, ibig sabihin, you have to know who you are, how God created you rather than just doing. A lot of people, they just do, but they don't know who they are. No, nagiging human doing sila rather than human beings. No, sabi ko nga sa libro kong Design Your Life, ang isda naman pag nagsiswimming yan, di ba? Hindi naman niya sinasabi, baka malunod ako. No, he's designed that way because he's aware that he's a fish. A fish that's not aware that he's a fish will try to fly. It's the same way with human beings. If you don't know who you are, ay talagang malilito ka sa buhay. Kaya kailangan natin ng law of awareness. Sabi nila, there's 3 kinds of people. People who don't know what they would like to do. The second are people who know what they would like to do but don't do it. And thirdly, people who know what they would like to do and they actually do it. Diba? Gusto mo maging that third type of people. So how do you do that? How do we practice the law of awareness? Number 1, you have to pay attention to your passions, your strengths, and weaknesses. Isa sa mga nakatulong sa akin is I went through Strengths Finder. I unlocked all my 34 gifts. Nag-DISC din ako, care of Master Jason Law. And nag-Enneagram din ako. No? I try to get to know myself. I'm not letting it limit me. I'm not letting it define me, but it lets me be more aware of where I'm good at, how I can be my true self and not my false self. What are the things that I have to look after or look against? Diba na parang meron kang dark side of the gifts and the strengths that God has given you. May mga weaknesses ka. Dapat alam mo yan. Diba? Para mag-guard mo din yung soul ng leadership mo. Right? So, pay attention to your passions, your strengths, and weaknesses and focus your energies on your strengths. Second is to get real in relationships. No? Meron ka mga kaibigan magsasabi sa'yo, dito ka magaling, dito mahina ka. No? You have to get real with that. No? I have friends like that. And ako naman, I tell it to you straight also because I love you. Which means I would tell you, I think this is where you're good at, this is where you're bad at. Right? Question, do you like what you're doing now? Those are good questions, no, of self-awareness. Kasi, kunyari, 30 plus ka pa lang. Ibig sabihin, hanggang 60, magtatrabaho ka pa. Tapos, na-stuck ka dyan sa trabaho mo kasi feeling mo, nako, pag umalis ako dito, mawawalan ako ng sweldo ng 2-3 months. Pero tandaan mo yan, kung 30 ka pa lang ngayon, may 30 years ka pa magtatrabaho, yan ba talaga yung gusto mong line of work? Self-awareness would tell you, pag-isipan mo mabuti kasi may 30 years ka pa. You can actually be more fruitful and you can 10x your production, 10x your value when you do when you focus on your strengths and not be stuck in a job just because of job security, right? Another question is, what would you like to do? There's a connection between finding your passion and your potential. No, hindi naman porket passionate ka, yan dapat yung ginagawa mo. Eh, baka naman wala namang mabibigay na pera yan para sa pamilya mo. Eh, magugutom kayo. You have to know also your potential. Saan ba ako, alam kong this would be my strength, di ba? Hindi pwedeng point guard, gusto niya maging sentro, pero 5 feet lang siya. Kalaban niya mga 7-footer. Di ba? Can you do what you would like to do? Very important. Alam ko, no, minsan parang basic ng mga tanong, no? Pero kaya mo ba gawin yung gusto mo talagang gawin? Gusto mo talaga kumanta? Eh, wala kang tono. Di ba? Or gusto mo talaga ng leadership role. Eh, pero hindi mo kaya mag-manage ng teams. Mas magaling kang minamanage ka. So there are certain limitations, no, to what you can do. Depende sa skill set mo. Depende rin sa mindset mo. No? So, can you do what you really like to do? Kasi if you can't, maybe that's not the lane for you. No? Or maybe it's somewhere in the future when you start to work on the skills that God has given you and grow there and mature there first. No? Another question is, do you know the difference between what you want and what you're good at? Pwede namang sabihin, kaya ko din yan, kaya ko din yan. Alam ko kaya mo yan, pero magaling ka ba dyan? Alam ko kaya mo mag-shoot ng basketball, pero kaya mo bang bantayan si LeBron? Di ba? Iba yun. No? You have to know the difference between what you want and what you're good at. I have a friend that I was coaching, and this friend was saying, ay, kaya ko din gawin yan. Kaya, sabi ko, bro, alam ko kaya mo gawin yan. Ang tanong naman dyan is, may kukuha ba sa'yo? Meron pa ako isang kino-coach. Sabi niya, actually, gusto ko magturo sa seminaryo. Gusto ko mag-train ng mga pastor. Sabi ko, ngayon, may kumukuha pa sa'yo mag-train. Kasi kung wala kumuha sa'yo mag-train ngayon, baka mo na kumuha sa'yo mag-train kung gusto mo na mag-train. Know the difference between what you want and what you're good at. No? Do you know what drives you and gives you satisfaction? No? Yung internal motivation mo, gagawin ko talaga to. No? Kasi diyan ka mag-improve kung may motivation and drive ka. Diba? So, talaga bang driven ka towards that? Again, if you're just doing it for the money, I don't think you will last long. No? In leadership, marami kang challenges, maraming sacrifices yan. So kung pera-pera lang yan, di ka tatagal dyan. No? And do you know what your values and priorities are and what your organization's values and priorities are? No? Nakakatulong pa ba ako dito? Same pa ba yung values and priorities namin? Kung hindi na, this might not be for me. So again, this would change the direction of your career. No? And that's why being aware of who you are, how God created you, and how God wired you is very, very important. Do you know why you want to do what you would like to do? No? Bakit mo gusto gawin yan? Ang ganda ng mga tanong, no? Answer the question, what is my calling? Ano ba calling mo? Do you know what to do so you can do what you want to do? You know, people who do what you'd like to do, I think it would be good for you to actually talk to them also. No? Should you do what you'd like to do with them? Baka kailangan naman, collaboration lang din. Ang daming ways, no, to be more self-aware na check ko nga kung kaya to, kung lilipad nga ako dito. Will you pay the price to do what you want to do? Willing ka ba? You'll really pay the price. When can you start doing what you'd like to do? I have friends who are entrepreneurs. They paid the price. These guys would have to sacrifice months where they're burning money because they felt like this is what God called me to do. I'm passionate about this, and I believe this strategy would work. And what will it be like when you get to do what you'd like to do? Have a vision of that. Diba? Parang awareness mo lang na, okay, I'm trying this out. I'm aware of my strengths, my gifts, my calling, and now I'll do it. And when the going gets tough, the tough gets better. Persevere. Bakit? May awareness ka. Pero, sabi nga ni Seth Godin, winners know when to quit. Pag mataas din ang awareness mo, alam mo na rin kung, okay, hindi ito nag-work. No? So again, there's so many tools to help you on awareness. Have friends that you can talk to. Be open to their suggestions, their feedbacks, and their assessment of who you are. Good for you to get the Strengths Finder. If you need a Strengths Finder coach, tell me, I'll connect you to my friend. And alam ko magiging malaking tulong yan to discovering who you truly are. Alright, so I hope this video helped you in your growth journey this year. I pray na hindi ka ma-stuck where you are, but there will be a higher self-awareness for you so that you can make the right decisions in life. Okay, now, if this video also natulungan ka, the video has helped you, please share this to your friends. I rarely put out videos, but medyo ginanahan ako this week, so I'm putting out these videos for you guys so that we can journey together to your growth this year. Alam ko may design si Lord sa'yo, kaya excited ako sa magiging buhay mo as you live out the calling that God has for your life. God bless you guys.